my son with this thing. Repel, Construction Plans is decent. Lord Adam's okay. Peaks and Wild Aura. Burn, Ruby Lance. I think I like Repel here, maybe. Lord Adam. Core Seeker. What do I like here? What do I like? Jeez, it's so hard. Maybe I should just take the Repel. I'll take the Corrupt Harvester. I'll take the Corrupt Harvester. We'll see what happens here. So I kind of went deep into blood already with that Corrupt Harvester. Good chance we weren't going to see another one anyways. Shadow Grove Witch maybe. Or Sorrow. Oracle Song is pretty good. Cloud Titan's really decent. Witch Boulder Brute. Probably the Boulder Brute or the Cloud Titan. Let's go with Cloud Titan. Cloud Titan's pretty solid. Let's go Blood Sapphire here. Countermagic's decent. Man, we're getting some crazy good packs right now. So probably either Inquisition or Countermagic. I like Countermagic a little bit better, so I'm gonna go with Countermagic here. Shadow Grove Witch is decent, a decent body as well, but I think I like Countermagic. So we're going Blood Sapphire here. We got that Corrupt Harvester. It's got a lot of really good evasion here. I'm going to swap my face off so you guys can see what the cards say. So sorry about that earlier. And what else have we got here? We could get this Mystic of the Tranquil Dream. Target troops in the graveyard and put them into play. 2/2 zombies or an Inquisitor or Effigy. Yeah, Corrupted Afterlife's pretty bad. Let's go with Effigy. I would rather take that away from people. Darkspire Enforcer is one of the Darkspires, so we are in blood. It's not a bad one. We can get some card advantage there if we pick up the other Darkspire. And by leaving this dwarf up, we're kind of signaling the dwarves is open by doing that. Yeah, so I'm going to go with this Darkspire Enforcer here. So we'll kind of go with some sort of Darkspire. Maybe we'll pick up the, we'll get lucky and we'll get the other Darkspire. Fang of the Mountain God is decent 1-drop for us. Misfortune is a decent card as well. Zombie Vulture is actually pretty offensive. I think I'll take the Fang though. I guess it's a rare, or no, I guess it's uncommon. What else? Shadowrun's turn. Yeah, that's pretty bad. It's either Misfortune or Fang. Fang isn't the greatest, but he's a 2/2 for 1, so he's a lot of good early aggression. Yeah, Flying Mystic is decent, and the Witch is pretty good too. I don't know, I might be building this deck wrong. I can also maybe get some sack effects to sack Fang away later. Atrophy is decent removal. Stoneclaw Gargoyle is really good too. I kind of want people to get out of blood, so maybe I can get some good blood cards. Sapphire, people are going to be in Sapphire no matter what. Yeah, I'm going to take the Atrophy here, just to kind of force people out of blood to signal that. Mazet Ranger is decent. Necessary Sacrifice would be good with some of the other stuff. I like that I can draw some cards with that. That's pretty good. Shroomshaw is decent. So it's either the Ranger or the Necessary Sacrifice. I think I like the Necessary Sacrifice. We probably won't see another one later. I hope I have a really good blood deck. I'm not sure. We've got Corrupt Harvester, so that's a good opener. I could have taken, there was like Lord whatever his name is in my opening pack, but yeah, this is the opening pack. Call of the Grave is decent. Sappers Charge is good removal. I think I'd rather have the removal here, so probably Sappers Charge. Dwarves are pretty open on this draft. If somebody's going to go dwarves, probably pick up the Sorrow. We could also get the Oracle Song, but I like the Sorrow. It's more removal. We can main deck that. A lot of our stuff doesn't affect most of the troops in our deck, which is nice. We can also go with Zared in this deck, which is pretty sweet. I'm not sure if I'm going to do more than just this one draft today or not. But welcome to the stream, both Technify and Mythosiris. I don't think I said anything to you guys yet. So yeah, definitely the Shadow Grove Witch here. Well, you gotta water your garden, Elliot. He's playing Plants vs. Zombie. You gotta water them. Otherwise they're thirsty. They're thirsty plants. Okay. Atrophy. Yeah, I think I'd rather have the Atrophy. More removal is always good. And card draw. It's going to be a very grindy deck where I'm going to want to have card advantage more than anything else. Research Adept. Or Axbot. Yeah, nobody's in Dwarves yet, so maybe I'll pick up some Dwarves at this point. Or at least, I mean, that guy shouldn't have tabled. I guess nobody's really playing the Dwarves. Yeah, that's Shadowrun's probably, yeah, it's pretty bad compared to a body. Zodiac Shaman's a decent blocker, but it's really just too expensive. There's our Dredge is Suppressifier. We probably won't be playing that because we're not really in Ruby, so we'll go ahead and throw that in the bin. Maybe. Midnight Shepherd is probably not that good. Here's another Corrupt Harvester, though. That's pretty good in our opening pack again, so that'll probably be our pick. Corpse Fly, I'm not sure if we'll see that come back around. We're also giving out a Sniper Gawain. So yeah, I think we're going to just pick up this Harvester. It's probably like the best, one of the best uncommons in Blood. So we've got 2 Corrupted Harvesters, which seems pretty good. Let's go and sort by cost. Sorrow's going to be really good if we run up against somebody that's aggro with a bunch of really low toughness troops. I'd like to see a murder. That'd be nice. Maybe we'll get a murder on pack 3 or something passed to us. I'm trying to think. I think murder is common? I can't remember. If it's uncommon, it definitely doesn't show up a lot. But yeah, Corrupt Harvester can win games by itself. Alright, so another Atrophy. Probably don't need too many more. Sorrow's a decent pick. Shadow Grove Witch is decent. We also have Countermagic and Oracle Song. I expect to see Shadow Grove Witch table again with a lot of the other things in here. Another Cloud Titan would be decent. That's probably our pick, just Cloud Titan. Cloud Titan can be a real big bomb for us at the end of the game, as long as we can hold out that long. We really have no 2-drops or anything yet. Do I think Sorrow's going to table? Yeah, I kind of think it will. So yeah, I'm going to pick up another Cloud Titan here. Burn another Midnight Shepherd. There's 2 Midnight Shepherds on this. I really don't see myself doing it. I don't think I'm going to try to get enough fixing to make Midnight Shepherd work. Really not seeing anything in this pack for myself right now. So it's kind of like counter draft something. It's a toss-up between Burn. I guess I could take the Alkalite. It's pretty bad though, as a turn 1 card. Twisted Fate's a card that tries to deck my opponent. I'm not really for that strategy. Well, that's the second one we've seen so far. So we picked up the Alkalite. I guess we're just kind of trying to force people out of Sapphire right now. We probably won't play this Alkalite. Last night I started picking up ActRaiser. I played that a little bit. It's been a long time since I played that game. It's an old Super Nintendo game. Spawn, Research Librarian, Cauldron Ritualist, Call of the Grave. I don't think I want this spawn. Although I have no 2-drops. I think I'd rather have Research Librarian if I could get enough artifacts to make him work. I do have a Research Adept. I guess I can start picking up some dwarves and we'll see if I pick up enough artifacts to make him work. So I'll pick up the Librarian. Draws me a lot of cards. He's an okay body to trade with, I guess. He's a 2-drop. Time Ripple is decent. There's that Priestess. We've got Darkspire stuff, so we are trying to get Darkspire, so that's definitely our pick here. We also could have picked up Time Ripple, but I'm not a big fan of Time Ripple. Although in this deck it might work a little bit. It might be okay because we do have a lot of things that are kind of tempo-y. Another interesting thing, I guess, it's when it dies, right? Yeah. So either it's going to deal some damage or I'm going to get my Darkspire Enforcer. One of those two things. As long as he's in the deck. There's another Countermagic came back around. So between the Witch and Countermagic, I'd probably take Countermagic. It's a little bit cheaper. So yeah, we'll take the Countermagic here. It's removal. Helps me say no to things. A little slow. If we run up against a deck that's really fast, we might be in some trouble. I have 1 Sorrow though, so that could help stabilize the board state there. Probably won't be playing this Zodiac Shaman. We'll probably just play the 2 Cloud Titans right now in our at the top of our 5-point range. Looks like around 17 resources is what we're going to need for this deck right now. So that means we've got another like 3 slots to spend ish, but then again we probably won't be playing like the Zodiac Shaman, this Alkalite, and some other things. Another Time Ripple, a Mazet Ranger, another Research Librarian. I think I can get a lot of card draw out of those. Ranger, Peak, Time Ripple. Time Ripple's probably better. Let's go ahead and pick up the Time Ripple here. We'll see if it works for me. It is, you know, a 2-point removal for 1 turn type of card, and I do have a lot of card drawing in the deck, so another Darkspire type card, so that's probably our pick here. Again, we're going to kind of combo that with our Priestess, so we'll pick up the Darkspire Enforcer. So we have 2 of those now, so there's a lot better chance of us not having it in our hand when Darkspire Priestess dies. So pretty good chance of that. We can also sacrifice it to our necessary sacrifice, and that also counts as dying. Or if we play Sorrow, you know, also that'll kill it as well. Gearsmith, Midnight Shepherd just keeps coming back around. Corrupted Afterlife, Devoted Emissary. So I guess I'll pick up these construction plans now. I'm going to start picking up some dwarfy stuff. Construction plans is a really strong card. I need robots or dwarves to make it work, so I need to pick up enough dwarves to actually be able to play this, because I don't really want to play the dwarf champion, but I might have to, depending on how my breakdown goes, because construction plans is a kind of a bomb. There's another Sorrow or Atrophy. I'm thinking Sorrow right now. Seems like a pretty good opening card to have. So we have 2 Sorrows, so we should be in pretty good shape versus the Aggro Rush deck right now. It is a common card, so that's definitely good for us. Another construction plans. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of the dwarf stuff. Nobody's playing dwarves, so you know we're gonna get all kinds of dwarfy type slow cards that take over the game late. Another nice thing about construction plans is it's easier to play. So there's a Research Adept over the Zodiac Shaman. Seems like a pretty good pick there. Zodiac Shaman is ridiculously expensive for a 2/5. Basically a card that's going to block for us. That's most of what it's going to do. I'm just going to mute my phone here. Yeah, so in case I get anything. Dwarven Armory is not the best. Carrion Blob. Move target troops in the graveyard. Gain a health for each troop. At 3 points, it's a body. Another one. Charge bot's best. Here, we really need the robot. That'll also help us charge up our ability on our champion. And another research librarian comes back around. Yeah, nobody is in dwarves in this whole like pool. I can almost guarantee it with that stuff not going through. So there's a Puck the Dreamer will be passing. A Wizard of Silvertown will most likely be picking up here. Construction Plans is going to table because it has been tabling this whole time. There's an Inquisition we could also pick up. So our pick is Wizard just because he gives us 2 bodies. He's a lot of card advantage there. So that's our pick. Wizard is pretty easy pick there. We're actually getting a pretty nice... we haven't actually had too many dregs here. Shadow Wrens, that's the one that's... Yeah, Mesmerize is probably our pick. It's really good removal. Although we do have a Darkspire Priestess. I don't think that the Mesmerize is going to come back around, but I do think that Darkspire Priestess will. I'd rather have the removal. So we're going to pick up Mesmerize here. Pretty close on that decision, but I mean, yeah, there's a pretty good chance we'll see Darkspire Priestess wheel around, and but whereas Mesmerize definitely would not. I can almost guarantee it. If anybody on this table is Sapphire at all, Mesmerize is going to get picked up. Right, so we got Stoneclaw Gargoyle, seems pretty good. A Gearsmith is okay. We don't really have a lot of artifacts in our deck. There's a Darkspire Enforcer we can pick up, which is probably what we'll pick up here. So yeah, we'll pick up this Enforcer. We might see that Priestess again. We picked up a lot of the Darkspire type cards, so that should give us a lot of really good card advantage, I'd say. We may not even... I don't know, we might only play like 1 Cloud Titan, I'm not sure. We may not play these dwarf cards at all. I'm just trying to kind of like, I've got something else I can go into. Blood Creeper is pretty good, as it's going to give us lots of spider spawns. Nothing else. I mean, the Mazet Ranger's there, the Phoenix Guard Trainer's okay. But I'm seeing this Blood Creeper seems like a really good pick for us, as it gives us so much card advantage if it starts getting damage in. We just need to figure out a way to get damage in with it. So either give it flying or do some combat tricks. We really don't have a ton of combat tricks. We have really expensive combat tricks in the form of 2 Atrophy. Mistborn Wendango is pretty good. We also have another Enforcer, but Wendango's probably better. We've got a ton of these guys already, so Wendango's just really good because you know, it blocks for us really well, and it also it can get offensive when we need it to get offensive. And we just basically throw the Flying Gem or the Untargetable Gem on this guy. Wendango's really good in draft. So again, we may not play these dwarves if I get enough support. For some reason I thought Research Librarian was rare. It's kind of weird. Okay, so a Thunderbird, a Darkspire Priestess again. Thunderbird just gets out of hand so much that I don't know if I want this Darkspire Priestess. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the Darkspire Priestess has a chance of wheeling. The Thunderbird most definitely won't. Or I don't know why it's even gotten to me. There's another one that I could pick up as well. It's a little bit easier to cast. I feel like I want this Thunderbird. I think that Thunderbird's the better pick here. I mean, Darkspire Priestess by herself, she's, you know, she can give me card advantage, but Thunderbird wins games. You know, even if I just have the one. So probably the Sappers Charge here. Although we also have Darkspire Enforcer. I've got a ton of those Enforcers. Sappers Charge gives me removal. Yeah, I want the removal. Darkspire Enforcer is pretty good too, though. Man, it's just a ton of Darkspire cards. I guess I could have just loaded up on Darkspire cards. I mean, there's just a ton still in the pool. I could even see that Enforcer again, maybe. Someone else might start getting aware and start picking those up, though. We'll see. Okay. This guy deals 1 damage to target exhausted troops, so that's kind of like removal. That seems pretty good. I don't know why. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, let's do that guy. That sounds pretty good. Damage, that could actually kill things. That could kill a Thunderbird. Another construction plans, Inquisition. So I'm probably going to go with Inquisition here because it is removal. Snipes things out of my opponent's cards, gives me information. I've got 2 construction plans already, but I don't have a ton of dwarves, so we may not even play those. We probably won't, especially if we don't play the dwarf champion right now. There's that priestess coming back around, so yeah, I don't think we'll be playing the dwarves. We picked some up, but it doesn't look like our deck is going to be able to support the dwarves. We will be playing some other things, though. We'll be playing like the Sappers Charges. We may or may not play this charge bot. We might play a research librarian, but we probably won't play like construction plans, or if we do play construction plans, it'll be like a one-of, but it won't be one of my first picks to throw in there. Probably Gearsmith, I guess, or Phoenix Guard Scout seems better. Phoenix Guard Scout's just a really good blocker at a 1/3 now for 2, so I mean that's pretty good, and it flies. It's actually really good. Misfortune's the pick here. That's a pretty good pick. A little bit slow, but you know, again, it puts us in a really good card advantage spot. Probably keep it on our reserves, and we'll side it in on game 2. Yeah, we could go mono blood. There's that Enforcer that I kind of figured he was going to wheel. So we got tons of the Darkspire cycle. The Terrible Transfer is removal, Zombie Vulture. Yeah, we'll get the Terrible Transfer. The Terrible Transfer seems better. And there's a Hunting Pack. That's our Dredge. So yeah, you're right. We may actually even be able to go mono blood. I'm not sure. We'll see. I do like some of my Sapphire cards. I don't even know if I picked up a rare card in here. So we'll go ahead and start by... I'll go ahead and turn on my camera here. And I'm not going to select a champion just yet. Let's go ahead and turn our filters on. So we got blood and sapphire, so we don't want to look at anything else. And we'll just start throwing the things in the deck that we need to see. So definitely that blood. Let's just see how many blood cards we've got, actually, before we even go into sapphire. Terrible Transfer, Fang. Misfortune, Atrophy, Necessary Sacrifice, the Sappers Charges, Inquisition, Charge Bot, and Effigy. So yeah, we kind of do need to go into Sapphire. Oh, there we go. We got the 2 Corrupted Harvesters. Oh, maybe we don't. I don't know. I feel like the deck could be a little bit stronger in Sapphire if we get into Sapphire, though. I mean, we pick up like some more removal and Mesmerize. We get Mesmerize, 2 Countermagic, Time Ripple, Phoenix Guard Scout, Wendango, and Thunderbird. I mean, we pick up a lot of different things. Another interesting thing we could do is play like game 1 as Blood, game 2 as like Blood Sapphire. Could do that too. Let's see, how are we going to gem this guy? He's a minor. So we can give him Rage 1, or we can give him... Troop gets -1, permanent -1/-1. That's pretty good. Huh. That sounds interesting. Or we can give him Rage. I don't know, we'll try it. Let's try to go mono blood and see what happens, I guess. Let's see, do we have anything else to gem? Is that our only gem troop? I do this because, like, I have actually gone into game 1 and not had a gem troop that wasn't gemmed. I don't even know if we have any rare cards in here. I don't think I drafted a single rare card. Yeah, I know, but like, I mean, I still think we could do it mono blood. I mean, we've got some nice Sapphire cards though too. I mean, we've got the Wendango, the Thunderbird, Countermagic. Yeah, it's probably more better if we go with the Sapphire. Because then, like, I can gem this guy for flying, which seems a lot better. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's go into Sapphire. I think that's probably better. Wendango. The Cloud Titans. Okay, so we'll get rid of one of our atrophies. It's a little bit slow. I'm really not feeling Fang. Really not. I think he's going to be more trouble than what he's worth. Misfortune, that'll be more of a game 2 type of card. Man, what do I cut? This is rough. I guess I can cut my effigy. And charge bot. Let's go ahead and gem this guy for flying. Let's pick our Zared's Venomscorn. Maybe I'll get rid of a Countermagic, I guess. Let's see, what's my curve look like? Maybe one Cloud Titan. I need at least 17 resources here. I guess I could get rid of a Darkspire Enforcer or Shadow Grove Witch. Shadow Grove Witch doesn't seem that great. Yeah, let's get rid of that. I don't have a lot of like tricks in this deck. This deck's pretty straightforward, but I think it'll be alright. I guess we'll see what happens. So let me do my curve real quick. Also, I need to count up my shards, but so I've got 4 1-drops, 2-drops. I've got 4 2-drops, 3-drops. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 3-drops, 4 drops. I've got 2, 3, 4, 5 4-drops, and then 5 drops. I've got 3. So curve looks decent, looks pretty good for 17 resources, I feel. And we'll go ahead and buy shard, sort by shards. And I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Sapphire Shards. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 blood shards. The card would probably be a blood card. So probably like a 10-7 split is probably what we're going to want here. Something like that. We do draw a lot of cards with this deck with different things, and we empty out the deck with your whatever her name is, the priestess empties out the deck pretty well. Let's see, if I was going to do something, I would probably get rid of a 3-point card and get a 2-point card and put it in here. That's what I would do. And Time Ripple, I'm not a really big fan of Time Ripple. think it'll be fine, though. I think that this should run okay. Yeah, I have nothing in the 3-point range I really even want to get rid of, so we'll just save and continue here. So, took a little bit more time than I typically do on deck building there. Just a little bit of confusion for myself. But we shall see what happens here. I probably could have gone mono blood, but I mean, nobody was picking up that dwarf stuff. There was a chance I could have made dwarves like a thing for this deck, but I picked up a lot of decent cards. Hey, what's going on, Nero? So we'll see what happens. I mean, I hope that I make it to round 2 with this deck. That's mostly. I don't see this as necessarily being the most competitive deck in this draft, but I mean, 2 Corrupt Harvesters, if those hit the ground, those could win the game for me outright. If my opponent has nothing to block with, which is a very good chance. And I do have a lot of things that help my stuff match up pretty well. The 2 Sorrow should help out at the beginning of the game. Thunderbird can run away with the game as well. Wizard's okay, he's pretty good. But not a lot of combat tricks on my side of the table for sure. Right, yeah, I mean, I can do a lot with this deck, so let's make sure that our Wendango is gemmed. Yes, he is. He's gemmed for flight. We could have gone quick action, but, I mean, then he just basically blocks something and deals 1 damage to it. He won't die, but it doesn't really, it's not going to kill very many things, so the better gem is probably flight on him. We could have also put rage on him, which would have been interesting too, maybe. So we'll see what happens. See if I get some good draws here. But you know, this may not be my day. Looks like this guy is the other blood player in our pool, so he might have been picking up some of those other Darkspire cards. So just good luck, have fun for this guy. This is Great Figaro. Okay, this looks like a perfectly acceptable hand. We should be both playing a pretty slow deck, so we'll keep this. We've got our, we can basically play everything in our hand, and we've got the threshold for the entire deck, so this looks like a great hand to start the game with. He went into Ruby. Interesting choice. He picks up a Sappers Charge, so he can take care of our Enforcers once we drop them. So we'll expect him to just basically use that Sappers Charge to take care of those guys. We really need to not draw any more resources, though. So whatever we play, we have to expect that he'll probably use the Sappers Charge on it. Turn 1 Sappers Charge is always nice. I'm going to go ahead and play a Sapphire Shard here. It looks like I am flooding a little bit, so that's definitely not the best for me. And we'll be playing a Darkspire Enforcer to absorb his Sapphire's Charge next turn. I want to make sure that we are passing priority as quickly as possible, so we take the least amount of time damage. I have had plenty of people time out playing this game, playing in draft in general. So we have to play the Darkspire. Oh, I guess we could play Priestess here, and then when he kills it, we should get another card, which would be nice for us. So yeah, I'd rather save my Enforcer, so we're going to go ahead and run the Priestess out. I expect him to kill it with his Sappers Charge so we can swing with Pyromancer, and then that should give me either 3 damage to his face or another Enforcer in my hand. Next turn we'll have Atrophy for his Pyromancer, so we'll just sit on that and play it in response to either him playing another troop or his attack phase. Mazet Ranger, okay, well that's a better target for our Atrophy actually, so we'll probably use that, I guess, against him. Shouldn't swing in now with the Pyromancer, so if he was going to do anything, okay, I guess he's going to go ahead and make, okay, I'll take that block. That seems kind of silly to me. I guess he's out of resources, so I know he has no combat tricks. So I'm not sure why he's making that trade. That seems kind of silly. So I guess I can pick up the other Darkspire Priestess in my deck, which I guess I might as well do that. So no loss of card advantage there at all. And then we'll just sit on Atrophy. We'll atrophy his guy in response to his attack phase. So we'll just sit on this and we'll just wait. He's probably expecting us to hit him with our Zared ability. So he's probably scratching his head a little bit here. Maybe just a little bit. So he might have the buff that gives it +1 back end, which he can respond with here. So he attacks. I'll go ahead and hit him now with the Atrophy. I could have done this during blocker priority as well. Okay, looks like no responses there, so that's always good for us. Second main phase, looks like he doesn't have any real responses here. So we'll probably run out our Priestess and an Enforcer here. We'll run the Priestess out first to see if he responds with Sappers Charge. So we'll see if he responds to it. Okay, no response so far. We'll go ahead and run out our Enforcer. We could have gone a second main phase to fake him out a little bit, but I mean, I guess that just depends on what you want to do. Yep, Sappers charges our Enforcer. Not a big surprise there. So well played there. Of course, he was probably going to wait for our end phase. I would have expected him to wait for our end phase anyways. Elliot. So this is our turn to get aggressive. So far, no damage on either side. Okay, I guess he's going to go ahead and kill our guy and give us some more. Okay, well, that didn't trigger properly because that did, okay, kill him. Oh, there it goes. Never mind. Maybe it's going to resolve now. No. Okay, well, that does kill him. Apparently, it doesn't count as killing him, though. So his ability doesn't trigger. The, I guess it's her ability didn't trigger. So that's unfortunate. Oh, it did 3 damage to his face. Okay, so it did trigger. Okay, it just... I expect it to always draw me cards. Gemcrade's Berserker. What's he got on here? Can't be blocked. Yeah, let's put a stop to that. I don't want to even deal with that. Yeah, he took 3. I just noticed that. Adomoi 2. So thanks for pointing that out. Also, welcome to the stream. Sorrow. Okay. I guess I could have used my champion ability on that on the Gemcrade's Berserker, so that was probably a misplay there. Now that I'm looking at it. I guess the nice thing about Sorrow is it doesn't affect my Enforcers. I feel like I'm in a decent position. I've got good card advantage here. I have plenty of removal for any aggression that he has. Looks like he's out of aggressive cards. Of course, I'm not that aggressive either right now. Although I can use my champion ability twice now. So I can now take care of anything with a 2-point back end. 3-point with Sorrow. Ruby Lance is my guy, sure. So Countermagic would have been better for that, because then it could have saved me that, and I would have had aggressive plays. So we'll just go ahead and pass priority. Hope we draw something else that's aggressive here. Looks like we're both in top deck mode, but I'm a little bit ahead on the life, so should be to me. Okay, so Wendango's always good. Go ahead and throw that Wendango out there. And, yep, we'll just go ahead and pass. And now with 5, and he's got the Ruby Lance, there's a very good chance he has another Ruby Lance, so he can easily kill a Wendango no matter what, so I might as well just go ahead and pump the Wendango up. Okay, so he's going to make sure I can't take it. Okay, so I have to pump it up a little bit. I can only pump it once, so I can deal 2 damage to him during the attack phase. There's a wizard. We'll go ahead and go to our attack phase and play our wizard in the second main phase. Declare attack. Okay. There we go. Declare attack. Attack priority. We'll go ahead and give him +2, -2. So if he's got something to kill it, he'll kill it. I mean, otherwise he's not useful to me. So second main phase, we'll go ahead and play our wizard. And as long as the wizard gets to keep attacking, that puts us in a really good position. Ruby Enchantress, okay. So no real reason to sorrow here. He's not going to want to block Ruby Enchantress to this wizard right now. He's only got 2 cards in hand. I mean, I guess he could. There's a chance that he could kill something. There's another Enforcer. I guess I might as well just... I'm just going to take care of this Enchantress. Just get it out of the way. Get as much damage through as possible. Combat. Swinging in. Wizard's going to start getting bigger. Go ahead and pump this guy up. Again, I can do this during blockers, which might be preferable. That would probably be good form to just wait for blockers. Second main phase, play the Darkspire Enforcer. We can go ahead and run everything out because typically he's not going to be able to sweep us out. He'd have to double Sorrow us, and if he had Sorrow, he probably would have played it by now. Even then, he's not going to be able to take care of Silver Talon, and chances are pretty good he didn't draft Extinction, you know, because it's rare. So this looks like game here. This looks like, yep. So we'll go to our attack step. Swing it in here. There's attack priority and defense priority. We'll go ahead and do it properly this time. And so it looks like a pretty good game for us there. Let's see. So in this matchup, what are the important cards I could side in? Maybe a Countermagic to deal with his removal. He's got a decent amount of removal because he's blood. That's about the only thing I'm thinking of right now, but I don't know what I would remove to, you know, to replace it. I don't know. I guess I could remove a... what's it called? I could remove an Enforcer and put a Countermagic in, I guess. So we'll go ahead and do that. Fixes my curve a little bit too. As far as my shard curve, it gives me 2 more, so I have 11 Sapphire Shards, and I'll have 18. And we're talking about the icons, of course. I'll have 18 blood icons. So. Inquisition, I might have sided that out as well, but that's another 2-point card. I kind of want to hold on to those. I probably could have just picked up so much Darkspire stuff this draft and gone mono blood. So thus far, things seem to be working pretty well. So we'll see if I can take game 2 here to go into round 2. We also got a really good opening hand there. This is not as good of a... so we can't keep this. So we'll be mulling to 6. Our opponent also mulled to 6. We are going to draw again. Nope. Alright, well, it's not... this game is just not our game. Alright, but we'll keep this. See how this goes. I think at least we're drawing first. Compared to last game, though, this yeah, definitely not what we want to see at all. We're a little bit behind on time compared to our opponent, so we need to again make sure that we're playing. I mean, the last game was only 6 minutes, so it's not a big deal. We've got, you know, 12 minutes per game for games 2 and 3 here, which is more than enough time. There's that Pyromancer that he gave up so easily last time, which he shouldn't have. Do we need 2 threshold? No, just the 1. So all right, so that's pretty good. Corrupt Harvester can race a lot of the stuff in his deck. He does have blood cards to block it, so we do have to be wary of that. He also has removal for it. Bombsmith with no target. If we mesmerize something, we'd probably want to mesmerize not the Ruby Pyromancer, something else. But we'll probably sit on this Countermagic is what we'll do. Yeah, we're going to be sitting on Countermagic in this following turn. So we'll be playing the Sapphire Shard sitting on Countermagic. Unless we draw a body. Okay, well that's decent. So we'll play that body out. See if he's got removal for it. If he has removal for it, that's fine. And then he swings in with Bombsmith. We'll mesmerize it, maybe, depending on what else he plays. We could also run out the Harvester. But yeah, I mean, we'll definitely block Priestess to that guy. Okay, he uses his ability on Priestess, so that's fine. We get a draw card, we do, so we'll draw another Priestess. So replaces itself. So we can mesmerize. Oh, he's going to Shadow Grove Witch. Could get our Harvester, which would be really bad. Priestess would be not the best either. So that makes Corrupt Harvester like the worst card in our hand now. That sucks. Oh well. Good. That was pretty good. Lucky play there. So we will run out another Priestess here. We could also mesmerize, but right now the Shadow Grove Witch is our target that we want to mesmerize. Oh, we do get to play Sappers Charge as well, which is nice. So yeah, I'm going to take down this Pyromancer. I don't want it buffing anything else. So we'll resolve that. Run out our Darkspire Priestess and a Sappers Charge. We can always mesmerize this Shadow Grove Witch after it attacks. At least Corrupt Harvester will start gaining us 1 life at a time. If he attacks with Bombsmith, we'll go ahead and make that block. Otherwise, we won't block the Shadow Grove Witch. 3 cards in hand. He could have some removal for us. He's gonna swing the house, or just the witch. I think he's just gonna swing the witch. Although we did, okay, all right. Well, I'll make that block. Okay, so we'll make this trade here. Take 3, mesmerize his guy, and then lock up the board state, and then hopefully start coming back with our Corrupt Harvester. All right. Well, we got another card back. Awesome. So kind of a slow turn for us here. We're going to go ahead and mesmerize his witch, and I guess we'll take another 3 from this Enforcer. Or actually we won't. We'll just respond to his attack with our Sappers Charge. Actually, I'm just going to kill him now in case he has buffs in his deck. There's a chance that he has a buff for his Darkspire Enforcer, so I'm just going to take care of him right now. Otherwise, I would typically wait, but just in case he had some sort of a buff in his deck, because there's a life drain buff that Blood has that gives him +1/+1, which would have saved him. So, just in case. Okay, plays his own Priestess. Yep, he's got all the Priestesses, all those other Priestesses. We can kind of race him, though, when I've got Darkspire Enforcer in play. So, that might be pretty good. So we could play the Harvester or Enforcer. I think I'll just run the Enforcer out. And then I can still Countermagic his next play. I won't make this trade. I'd rather just take the 2 damage and start giving him 3 back, and then Harvester will help me. You know, I'll only take 1 damage from him a turn compared to the 4 I'll be giving him, which would be, you know, with Harvester in play. So that should put me ahead enough. Yeah, I'll take 2. I mean, it's like virtually taking 1 damage after Harvester gains me life. So, plays Assault Technician. I'm just going to go say no to that. No, sir. No Assault Technician for you. I think that guy... Oh, he has to have a robot. Oh, he makes robots. Yeah, that was definitely good that we clutch Countermagic there for us. So we'll go ahead and swing through with our Darkspire Enforcer. Start racing him here. Play our Corrupt Harvester. We're out of cards in our hand now. But our damage output is more than his, and as long as he can't deal with our board state, we're in good shape. Be funny if he sorrowed here. No, I'll take 2, sure. So it knocks me down to 7. Next turn I go back up to 8 with Harvester. And give him 4 points of damage. So I should have enough damage to stay ahead here enough that I should win. As long as things don't change. There's a Cloud Titan. Okay, well that definitely helps because he can just block his guy now. Play that in the second main phase. Of course, then I won't be able to. He shouldn't attack when I put Cloud Titan in play, so Harvester won't be able to attack. I'm just gonna Ruby Lance my guy. Sure. I'd rather he Ruby Lance that guy than my Cloud Titan. Although he doesn't have enough to actually kill the Cloud Titan yet with Ruby Lance. Yep, Cloud Titan's big body. And that will put a stop to his Priestess, although the Priestess could give me 3 damage to the face when it dies if he decides to attack him with it. But it doesn't seem like a great attack for him. He's going to do it anyways. Alright, well he might have some more damage in hand, so he could 2-for-1 my Cloud Titan here. If he has like some sort of 2-point damage spell, or Crushing Blow, I guess. Yeah, okay, so it's still a 2-for-1. That's fine. Start gaining life with this Corrupt Harvester. This itty-bitty 1-1 Corrupt Harvester. Go ahead and swing through. He's got a lot of stuff with only like 1 toughness, so Atrophy is going to be really good for that stuff. It also draws me cards, helping me push through my deck. Make sure that I'm trying to progress the game as quickly as possible, not losing any turns, any time on my turns. I think his Darkspire Priestess did 3 damage to me because it looks like I went down on life, so that's actually good for me here. That's fine. He Sappers Charges my Corrupt Harvester, or he's going to wait until I attack with it, which would be the thing to do. Yeah, or just do it now, sure. Looks like get rid of that Corrupt Harvester. I don't like seeing it on the board. Alright, so open board state for both of us. He's ahead on life, so things are kind of in his favor right now. I guess I'll see what's in his hand. We'll just go ahead and Inquisition that card out. A Blood Shard, okay. So I know he has nothing great in his hand. Inquisition is one of those cards that's really good at the beginning of the game and really bad towards the end of the game, as you just saw. Because chances are, if he's got something to play, he's going to play it. Like this Sniper of Gawain, for instance. So at the end of his turn, I'm going to go ahead and Atrophy that guy. He's going to just deal 2 damage straight to my face in response. So I'm going to Atrophy him now, so that way he'll be less, so it'll only deal 1 damage to me. Drawing a Countermagic. Okay, well it's a little late on that. So he only deals 1 damage to me because his toughness, his power and toughness is lower. If I draw a shard here, I can just kill him outright, which I do, so I will. Countermagic the next spell he plays. Can't really afford to take any damage right now. I have drawn a lot more cards than him. Even given that I had like what 3 shards in my opening hand, this game hasn't gone too poorly for me. Okay, it looks like he's just not even going to bluff with his cards. He's just going to keep playing cards, so he'll have his Zared for my next aggressive play, which is going to be this Darkspire Enforcer. And I have Countermagic to counter anything that he tries to do to target him. So he's on a 5-turn clock right now with the Darkspire Enforcer by itself. Countermagic for this Throat Cutter. Yeah, I'll go ahead and say no to that. Because if I attack, he doesn't, you know, I'd rather just get aggressive. He also doesn't have anything, well, he might have a haster. I think he's got the 1 haster. No, he's not, he doesn't have haste. He just has where he can't be blocked. Yeah, we'll go ahead and swing in with this Enforcer and then play the other Enforcer in our second main phase. Tons of Enforcers. Enforcing the law, I guess. Like the Judge Dreads of my deck. Judge Dread. Look, it kind of looks like Judge Dread. Savage Raider's pretty bad for him right now. He can block with it for a turn, so I guess it trades with an Enforcer. So I can swing with both, and that puts, he's on like a 2-turn clock. I'm going to go ahead and bluff with this Sapphire Shard. We'll just go ahead and swing away, because he's on a 2-turn if he doesn't make this block, so he kind of needs to make this block. If he doesn't, I'd be very surprised. It'd be very risky for him not to make this block. But he might not. I mean, he does have burn in the deck, so I mean, he's got a lot of damage output. Alright, yeah, making the block. What do I think about the auction house post? Well, I think it's a good thing. I definitely am looking forward to the auction house. I did talk about it on the episode of Deck Building at the Squire, which I posted this week. Irish, and yeah, I mean, like, it's definitely going to be a good thing. And when do I think it's going to be out? Maybe in the next 2 weeks. I don't know. It looks like they've got an interface for it, so as long as it works okay. When it's an auction house within the game, it's probably easier to run than it is for them to have money and other things attached to it. So something tells me, I don't know, maybe it'll have money attached to it, and maybe it'll just be gold. I don't know. We'll see. But it's definitely a good thing for us to have the auction house in the game right now. So I'm just going to sit on this Sapphire Shard because I have to play a lot of cards in order for me to get my champion ability up again. And I'd rather bluff with this card right now. So it looks like he's just not top decking anything aggressive at this point, which is definitely good for me. So I'll sacrifice my guy in his second main phase. Go ahead and go to attack step. See if he has anything type of removal here. But sacrifice should get me a lot more gas to play some stronger troops, which will not have summoning sickness. Let's go ahead and just draw those cards. Yeah, like this guy seems pretty good. And I'll go ahead and play a shard now. He has no idea if I just drew that shard or not. Right, it has gold or money on it. Right, platinum, which you would have put, yeah, so platinum. You can't get any money out of, once you put money into the system, it's in there for good. Just like, you know, when you're using Wizard's ticket system on their Magic the Gathering. Let's see, is this target troop? Okay. So we go to attack phase, swing in, and then Sappers Charge to the face for the win. That's what it looks like here. It's not the same thing because you can't get the money back, Irish. You know what I'm saying? So good games to Great Figaro. Good luck in your next draft. This deck actually didn't do too bad for a deck with like no rare cards. I'm pretty sure I have no rare cards.